Hi there, this is 5 Minute English with Bay. Welcome to episode 3. This week we picked the keyword phone. To be more specific, phone calls. Well, there's a few reasons that I really want to talk about phone calls, but we'll start the first reason why we talk about phone calls. I don't like phone calls. I hate phone calls. When I see somebody calling me, I'm like, wow, what's going on? I don't want to touch my phone. Are you one of those too? Are you scared of phone calls? Are you scared of making phone calls? Well, I guess this episode is for you. So first of all, let me explain why I hate phone calls. I would say there's no body language. That is the most important part for me when I speak. I move, that help with my speaking. They are all connected. So now if you look at me, I move a lot. And some people may say, well, why are you always moving when you're talking? Body language will help me generate ideas, understand people, help other people understand me too. But when you talk on the phone, you can't see the other person. The other person can't see you. You can't understand them without body language, and they can't understand you without body language. So for me, if I can't see you and there is no body language, tell me about it. It's very difficult. And the second reason is accents. People have accents. I have accent. My students have accent. Other people have accents. But sometimes when the accents are too strong, it is very challenging to understand, especially on the phone. And you can't enunciate well and with strong accents, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I just don't know what you're saying there, right? So accents can be another problem for me to understand people. And the last reason is people speak too fast. I speak very fast. Right? Someone speak even faster than me. Well, that can be a very, very difficult situation when it comes to phone calls. When you speak fast, you tend to swallow certain words or sounds, and it is hard for you to listen to, and it's also very hard for you to understand as well. And sometimes you can't even say, well, can you just stop right there? Can you repeat what you just said? Because you just didn't get anything there. So speaking too fast is another reason that I don't like phone calls. But if you have same problems, if you hate phone calls as I do, so I guess this is the episode for us. So let's dive in and see what we can do today. Phone calls are different. Sometimes you can call people, sometimes you can answer the phone calls. So we're going to talk about those two parts. First, answering the phone calls, and second, making phone calls. So let's have a look at answering phone calls. Of course, you know our drill, right? So before we get into answering phone calls, the sentences, blah, 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 let's figure out the grammar first. There are two key points of the grammar for this section. That is verb tense. I cannot address this enough. Verb tense is very important. It doesn't matter what you use, what you're going to talk, or you're going to speak, or something else you're going to do. Verb tense is very, very important. And the second part is pronouns. What is pronouns? I, you, this, that, it. Those are pronouns. And you will know why we're going to talk about pronouns. But first of all, let's figure out verb tense. When you are answering phone calls, mostly we are talking about simple present. Simple present. When do we use simple present? Can you recall? When we use simple present, we want to describe a fact, a habit, a routine you do every day, right? But here I want to say a fact, right? Everything you say is a fact, then you should use simple present. For example, I wanted to talk to Mr. Courtney. I want to book an appointment. I want simple present. Because for me, this is a fact. I want to do this. So of course I'm going to use simple present. I would like to book an appointment. I would like to talk to Mr. Robert. Well, of course, I would like. Would like here is not future tense. It's a simple present. but would like is a polite way to say it, right? So I would like, I would like. And then another example is, how can I help you? How can I help you, right? This is also simple present because you are telling people there is a fact. The fact is a question. The question is, how can I help you, right? Think about simple present. Now let's get to our pronouns. I said this is, it is, I am. How many times you answered this question with I am? So let me know how many times you do that. Okay. So think about when you answered a phone call, you're asked, may I speak to Emily? What should you say? Or what would you say? Well, there are a few answers I've tried before. So I'm going to give you my examples. Sometimes when they ask me, oh, may I speak to Bae? I say, yes. Silence. Okay, what's wrong with the yes? I said yes, this is Bae. What are you doing? Right? Talk, talk, talk. Then sometimes I say, oh, maybe yes is not the answer. So next time when they ask, may I speak to Bae? Then I answer questions like, yes, I am Bae. I heard there is pause. And then they started asking me questions. So I said, why are you stopping right there? What's going on? So I started thinking maybe something wrong with my answer. Okay, so we'll get to that. And then I heard my husband saying, yes, this is he. So people would say, hey, may I speak to Mr. Courtney? And then he would say, yes, this is him. This is he. This is Brian speaking. I said, hey, you're using this is. You're using it is. You're not a person. Why aren't you use I am? Well, then he gave me a very simple explanation. Think about that. Two people talking over the phone. Then you are not people anymore. You're not human beings anymore. You are a thing, right? I can't see you. You can't see me. I only can recognize your voice. Imagine it's your voice talking for you. Then your voice is not a human. And then you're not going to use I am. Then you're going to use this is or it is. The standard answer to the question, may I speak to someone will be yes, this is, or yes, it is. So the example will be, may I speak to Miss Bae? Yes, this is a Bae. Yes, this is a Bae speaking. And then they will talk, you are the person. So, okay, I'm going to talk about bank information with you, right? So there are some things they want to confirm that is you. Then they can proceed to the next step and then talk about more personal, private, detailed things with you, right? So think about next time when you get a phone call, what are you going to say, right? Think about that. For next episode, we will talk about how to make phone calls. So don't forget to subscribe to this podcast and stay tuned for the latest episode. See you.